Vladimir Putin is apparently a big fan of Donald Trump, according to his recent quotes from just the past couple of days about the Republican frontrunner. Donald Trump, on the other hand, apparently doesn't seem to mind that Vladimir Putin kills his political opponents and has invaded multiple countries, which you're going to see in this video.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah? Do you like Vladimir Putin's comments about you?
Sure. When people call you brilliant, it's always good, especially when the person heads up Russia.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also as a person that kills journalists, political opponents, and
invades countries.
And invades countries. Obviously, that it would be a concern, would it not?
He's running this country, and at least he's a leader, you know, unlike what we have in this country.
Yeah, but again, he kills journalists that don't agree with him.
Well, I think our country does plenty of killing also, Joe, so, you know. There's a lot of stupidity going on in the world right now, Joe. A lot of killing going on, a lot of stupidity.
So, I mean, you obviously condemn Vladimir Putin killing journalists and political opponents, right?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Joe,
sure. Yeah, I like ice cream. Yeah.
Joe was trying so hard to get him out of the hole he dug for himself, and he just wasn't going for it.
At the end, he's like, yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. If it'll make you feel better.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, so he just said it there where you heard it. His idea of a strong leader is one who kills his political opponents and journalists. I mean, at least he's a strong leader.
At least.
At least he's a strong leader.
By the way, he says, we kill a lot of people. There's a lot of killing, a lot of stupidity. Could you repeat again what your strategy for Syria is?
I mean,
for killing a lot of people?
For the conservatives and many Americans of all stripes, from 1945 till whatever, 1990, for 45 years, we feared the Red Menace, right? Who did have a nuclear weapon. It wasn't about acquiring it. They had nuclear weapons. They had warheads fixed on Washington and New York and the West Coast and Chicago and our friends in Europe, right? And then this guy is a product of that system and is every bit the sort of dangerous, unreliable, strong man that we feared and that we feared then. And we can't have no working relationship with him, right, at all. Oddly enough, maybe ISIS will provide, ironically, that opportunity. Maybe not. But we're comfortable talking about a guy who's unquestionably an enemy of the United States, praising him in this way. So just imagine if al-Baghdadi had said that about Trump. Is it conceivable? Because you could put the same thing in there. You'd be like, hey, what do you think about al-Baghdadi saying that he likes your style? Likes your temperament.
He thinks you're brilliant.
He thinks you're brilliant.
Yeah.
He thinks you're brilliant, and you're a brilliant sort of political tactician. Would it be in the realm of possibility for Trump to say, well, look, he's the leader of a caliphate. At least he's the leader of a caliphate, and he gets things done, and at least he's a strong leader, unlike the feckless guy that we have in the White House. I mean, it is really no different. It should be counted as item number 78 that should disqualify Trump from ever getting one vote for president, that he is sympathizing with Vladimir Putin, a clear enemy and danger in some respects to the United States of America.
You know what I don't know what to think about, though, with Trump, is that he is, above all else to me, such a bullshitter, such an empty-headed bullshitter.
That's right.
That he just has a couple stock lines that he throws out, and one of them is, hey, that's leadership, when he doesn't know the answer. And
We
the
don't
other,
have leadership.
At
They
least
are leadership,
At least he's a strong leader. So I don't even know if I don't know if he's a proto-fascist. I think he is, but I don't know to what extent. I don't know to what extent, though, he's proto-fascist in a case like this, and to what extent he's just bullshitting because that's what he does.
I think he's just bullshitting because that's what he does. I've always thought that.
I think it's definitely both. I mean, he's a child. He has no idea what to do. He says things like, we're going to get the bad guys, and the country's a mess now, and it'll be fantastic under me. I mean, it's an insult to children to say he's a child. Yeah. So obviously I agree with that part. But he most definitely is unbothered by fascist tendencies.
Right.
Yeah.
So in this case, we're not assuming that he likes Putin because he kills journalists and political opponents. That would be an unfair assumption. Maybe he meant, like, well, he's a strong leader in other ways. But in this case, there's no assumption. He was asked 3 different times. He kills journalists and political opponents. Yeah, strong leader.
A lot of killing, lot of killing in the world. A lot of killing in the world.
But when you
so why am I going to bother myself?
Right.
Whether you're a
You
child
want me
or
to condemn
not,
every one of them?
yeah, whether you're monumentally stupid or not, it doesn't matter. When you respond to, hey, killing your political opponents and journalists means you're a strong leader, you are unabashedly fascist. So that's what we're going to call you, because that's what you're. This is the 18th example of him being over the top, like, oh, I'm going to rough up reporters, throw them out of my press conferences. If anybody protests me, I'm going to encourage my crowd to rough them up, assault them, and throw them out. And I'm going to say I'm going to take out a specific religious group, and I'm going to ban them from the country. I'm going to track them. I'm going to do. I might put IDs on them, like maybe a star or something. I don't know. And now I'm saying, killing journalists. Killing political opponents. That's what a strong leader does. You're right. That's what Mussolini does.
I don't know if there's ever been better indication that he is not a brilliant man, that he can't tell that Putin doesn't actually think that he's brilliant, that Putin is obviously lying there. Two, it should be
I'm not sure
the
Putin
worst.
might think he's brilliant, right? Do we
No,
know?
Putin's a smart guy.
Putin thinks the same thing about Trump as he did with Bush. I can't believe my luck. Look at these schmucks that are going to let me do whatever I want. I got depressed in the middle of this segment because, at least a quarter of this country, it appears.
Quarter of the right.
No. Okay, maybe quarter of the country is not right. But he's leading with a major party in America.
Sure.
And he's an obvious buffoon, an obvious dumbass.
We just went through
anybody
this.
with a shred of intelligence can tell this guy is dumb as a rock, right? And here we are again. We're considering electing a guy who's, probably will be in the bottom 10% of intelligence and world leaders, as George W. Bush was. George W. Bush with Putin called him Pooty Poot and said he looked into his soul and saw a good guy. So, I mean, it goes to the deterioration of America.